Today I thought I would go over some sentences about signing and about deafness. And so even though I think this might be kind of common or it might be unnecessary just because I'm thinking, oh, they want to talk to their friend, they just want to talk about everyday normal things. But I thought, I guess I should do this. These are things that I learned when I was in interpreting school. So it's only fair that y'all should learn some of these sentences too. So the first one is I'm learning sign language. And so when you're learning, you're very awkward or, clumsy, and people recognize that. And they're very patient if people are very patient. So here's what you say. The English sentence is, I am learning sign language. And actually, the ASL sign is, I learn sign language. We don't have to say learning in sign language. It's usually everything's in the present tense. So you would say I, and then remember the information here, and you put it into your brain. Learn sign language. I learn sign language. So it's, and everything's in the present tense. They have an ing, but that's if the kids when they're learning English in school, and it's ing. But it's not used in ASL. It is not an ASL sign. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do when someone says that, they're going to go, oh, and they'll start signing to you, and you're going to go, oh, I don't understand that much. And so you're going to go, oh, slow down, please. So slow down, please. And that's how you would say that. Slow down. Slow down. And you do it slow. You don't go, slow down, please. Slow down, please. You do it slowly. Okay. You could say, sign slow, please. I had someone, a deaf person who did not really learn how to spell in general, so he's not going to know how to fingerspell. And he would, every time he wouldn't say fingerspell slowly, he would just say slow, I don't understand. So you could do that as well. Slow, I don't understand. So that was each time I spelled, and it was mostly in a medical situation, and his condition, the name of his medication, things like that. So he asked me to do that very slowly. And then if they did it slow, you could go, and then you could go again. This is again. Kind of a curved B hand shape. Again, please. Again. And they will. If people are patient enough, if they know you're learning, they will work with you. So they're awesome. Okay, and then when I was mentioning fingerspelling, for hearing people learning sign language when they're older, fingerspelling is the biggest weakness, because the letters don't look or take the shape of ours per se. Like, for example, apple, A-P-P-L-E. So if I just had, just the little square, and then go down and down, and then a tall one, and then we know that's apple. And you're going, what are you talking about, Eileen? I'm just saying that like a T is short in sign language, but if you were writing a T in English, it would be tall, and skinny, and have a little X there. And so sometimes we don't recognize the letters because they don't look like the outline or the shape of the letters in English. That's what I'm saying. So to do all that little thing, that's why we're not as good at fingerspelling when you learn older. So this is the sign for fingerspelling. You could do fingerspelling and fingerspelling, or fingerspelling if you're learning. Fingerspelling, good, I can't read fingerspelling very good, or I can't fingerspell very well. So fingerspelling, good. Can't I. Remember, topic, time, topic, comment. And no time, but you've got a topic, and and it's about fingerspelling. And what about it is, I can't do that very well. So those are the things that you have to do. You talk about fingerspelling, that it comes first. And then you can say, gosh, well, I can fingerspell. I know the ASL alphabet. I just can't read it very well. So we say in English, I can finger spell, but I can't read it well. Okay, so we have no time. So our topic is still finger spelling. Finger spelling, I can. I can finger spell. I know A, B, C. That's just an addition. Finger spelling can. But, to read it, read it, can't I, or can't well me. You can either not very well, you can, it has to be really slow. So finger spelling slow, like can, right? So you can process it. So, but anyway, and it comes with practice, and sometimes it's still hard, and sometimes I do that. Sometimes the shorter words are harder for me than the longer words. So, and I don't know if it's because you have time to process it. So, I'm trying to help this page. And, oh, you're saying, so you sign fast. So if you're just learning, you're going, oh, you sign fast. So, we don't have any time, but we have, what's our topic? Signing. What about it? Fast. So you could say, oh, you sign fast. You sign fast. And then we already did I don't understand. So this is understand, and this is I don't understand. So it makes it simple. Understand? I don't understand. And they know if you don't. And you could say, if you still don't get it, can you write it down, please? And a deaf person, when they used to go to the deaf schools before there were so many mainstream schools, they were taught to always carry paper and a pencil with them and to write down a question or a statement or something like that. And so I see still older deaf people still writing. They always have paper and pencil with them, and they write. So sometimes if you still don't understand, you go, oh, can you write it down, please? And they will if they know how. And like I said, the mainstream, the people going to these mainstream schools, which is a hearing school with the deaf ed, or they put them in the regular classroom with an interpreter, they do spell better. Okay, so if you're wanting to know how to sign something, like how do you sign blah blah blah, you would say, so sign how. Sign how, and then you would spell your word. Sign, sign how umbrella. Okay, that kind of thing, and you would have to spell it. And I remember when I was in school, I go, well, how do you sign between a rock and a hard place? And the deaf man said, okay, what does that mean? I mean, he knew what I was saying. It's not like he didn't understand between a rock and a hard place. He wanted me to explain what that meant. And then because he was deaf, so I was signing it. And he goes, that's how you sign it. And I'm going, so sometimes we want like a sign, a word with a sign, and you don't. Okay, so you can say, there is no sign for that. You have to finger spell it, which is a lot of medical, medications and things like that. There's some things that just don't have a sign. You have to finger spell it. So you could say, so you would say, there's no sign for that. You have to finger spell it. So that's kind of with a semicolon. So it's basically two phrases. So you would say, oh, that word, sign none. Finger spell must. When they sign, they go, oh, sign how, and they finger spell it, and you go, oh, sign none. Have. Finger spell must. And they're going, right? So, and then you would say, what does something mean, right? What does that mean? That's how we say it in English, but you would say, mean what? Mean what? Like if they're spelling something or they're signing something and you're going, you don't understand, you're going to go, mean. Mean what? What does that mean? You know? Um, and then if you see someone signing, you can ask them if they're deaf, because they could have deaf parents, they could have deaf siblings, they could be an interpreter, that kind of thing. There's multiple reasons why they're signing. So you can say, deaf you, are you deaf? Deaf you. Remember, your topic always comes first, because sometimes you're going, I cannot remember that. Topic, what is it that you're talking about, and what about it? I want to know if that person's deaf. So my topic, don't think about the English subject, verb, adjective, adverb. Don't think about an English, how that is processed. Think about it ASL. I want to know, what's the topic? What am I talking about? And what about it? Deaf you? I want to know if you are deaf. You see what I'm saying? So let's not make it so hard. Some people do. I'm not deaf. I am hearing. And then so you say your topic is deaf. Deaf not. Hearing. I'm hearing. Deaf not hearing me. Okay. Or you could say I'm hard of hearing. And that's a short phrase, so you could say me, hard of hearing, H, hard of hearing. Or you could say hard of hearing me. It's a very short phrase, so you could either do the me, either way. And also hear that you are not, it's not politically correct to call a deaf person hard of hearing or hearing impairment. They're deaf, and it's not derogatory. So you feel free to say deaf. And hard of hearing is someone who may have a hearing aid or can speak, and sometimes it's their own definition, and sometimes it's the decibels, right? That's the technical definition, is the decibels that they hear. So they could say, I'm hard of hearing, and they move it, hard of hearing. And, hearing aid you? Do you wear a hearing aid? Yes, I have a hearing aid. Oh, okay, cool. So you can go from there. Oh, here's one. Can you read lips? What's my topic? Lip reading. Lip reading. Because remember, this is reading finger spelling, or reading finger spelling. Lip reading. Because it's on your lips, you're reading. So lip reading. Lip reading you? No. You could say that. So, I speak a little bit. Like a deaf person may say, I can speak a little bit. Oh, speak a little bit. Just a little bit. So you just have a little bit in your hand, me. And then and some audiologists always ask how they lost their hearing. So you could say, hearing lost how? Hearing lost how? Hearing. And most of the time they'll say either one of two things. I don't know, or an illness. I don't want this to go too long either. Okay, and then you can say, how old were you when you became deaf? Became deaf. How old were you? You got this, and when it changes, it's a becoming something. Become deaf? How old were you? And a lot of times they'll say, I don't know. They found out when I was 2. Usually that was way back in the day. They found it when they were 2. Nowadays, they have a hearing test right after they're born, and so they can find out earlier. So, so you can say, how old were you? Okay, so we are out of time, but I think that is enough about deafness and signing, and there's more phrases that are included in there that you would have a conversation. And I know that I have discussed that with you before, the different kind of discussions about how old were you when deaf, or just various sentences about deafness. But I can do a part 2 tomorrow. Anyway, have a good day, and I will see you later. Bye.